Got a jammed packed shop here in Osprey. I got Propaganjah sitting here with me. How you guys doing?
What's up? We are fantastic.
So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Rob. I'm the lead singer and founder of Propaganjah, and I write all the music.
I'm Jeff. I play bass.
And I'm Antonio, and I'm running sound.
Very
Most
nice.
important person.
Yes.
Most important person.
Yeah.
Now you guys are down here in Osprey today. Where did you guys come from?
We came all the way from Ocala, about 2.5 hours away, so it wasn't too bad. This is actually, this is actually a nice little, almost an intermediate stop along that.
They like us here.
Well, this is way more than intermediate. We got 37 minutes.
Well, listen, guys, if you ever need to use the bathroom, stop here.
Don't tell us that, man.
We got you guys.
We're gonna be stopping by, chilling.
We also have free air conditioning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, supplies last, of course.
Much needed.
Oh yeah, these days I think it's limited.
It's summer in Florida. Now, where are you guys heading to tonight?
We're going to the White Elephant in Inglewood. Yeah, Inglewood is become like our second home, or third, maybe fifth home.
They like us.
But they
them.
love us. We love them. We love Southwest Florida so much. I used to live in Sarasota, like I was saying, and I loved every second of Sarasota. It was like it's just a cool area. You can go to many places. Like we're gonna go to the Amish buffet. They're Dutchmen, throwing them a little shout out, you know. But yeah, food. Great spot. Buffet, which is off the chain, but I don't know if we have time. But anyways, we'll make it happen next time. We'll stop there and then we'll stop here and then we'll hit the White Elephant again.
White Elephant, really cool place down in Inglewood. It's on the water.
Yep, right on the water.
That's gotta be a cool experience to play at, right?
It's hot, but it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
It is hot as balls there, but I'm telling you, it's a cool spot. It's the vibe there, and when we're on stage, we get to see this little, I guess it's like a little harbor. Mm-hmm. In the water, I swear, is pretty much as clear as the Keys. Yeah, nice. And it kind of reminds me of St. Croix a little bit, which is always amazing. So I love playing there. It kind of gives me that whole vibe of that little down in St. Croix feeling. So it's pretty cool.
So we were talking about the White Elephant. Really, really cool vibe. Nice little bar on the water. What's one of the more memorable venues that you guys have played at?
Ooh. Always White Elephant. Every time we're there, that's definitely they give us a good show.
It's always a memory.
Oh yeah, they give us a good
memory
time.
Generator.
Yeah,
they definitely do.
Yeah. There's so many that I've played. I've had the band for almost 7 years now. So Janice Live will always be one of my favorites. Okay. That was great because we had a mosh pit right in the middle of our set. We were playing with 2 punk rock bands. And I don't even know if they got a mosh pit, but I just remember being on stage and there's a song called Detour that we have. And we were the more starkly reggae in comparison. A great band, so Ballyhoo was actually the headliner. Okay. And our friend Summer Survivors. They're actually from Sarasota. So they were opening up the show and they had a great crowd. We all had great crowds that night. And I just remember the highlight of that night and that moment was going into a song called Detour that I wrote a few years ago. It ended up being like a ska meets one drop reggae. Yeah. Because I was like, this will be my little ode to the sublime kind of thing. You know, if I'm going to do a little shout out to the American reggae scene, I'll do the, little sublime kind of style. So we do Detour, and I did not expect there to be at least 50-foot wide mosh pit right in the corner. It was the left corner and I was like, oh shit's going down. and I was like, well, there's one thing that I can always remember. We played a punk rock show where we were the reggae band. They got a mosh pit.
That's
pretty
cool.
Yeah, that's for much more.
So speaking of Janice Live, Janice Live, I think that venue is just set up.
I love it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
To have those kind of experiences, right?
Yeah.
Sound is phenomenal.
They got a great team there, and they're in the sound because of the brick there. Sometimes it's tricky because of that reverb that's bouncing off everything. He knows. I'm a nerd. I end up hanging out with the production guys a lot. So, yeah, I kind of become part of the team. And
befriend them. They make you sound better.
Yeah, exactly. Befriend all of your production guys.
Very cool.
They will make you sound better. Or make you sound like shit.
From a spectator's point of view, from Janice, I'm getting a little bit older, so sometimes I don't want to be in the mosh pit, right? Well, they got the bleachers there that the older people.
Oh yeah,
it's right behind it,
yeah,
right behind the mosh pit.
Yeah,
I would have had the best view of the mosh pit.
The view is more important.
The view is important, but no, the venue,
sound.
great venue. I think it just sets up for that atmosphere.
Oh, yeah,
I was at that show and I was dead center of the mosh pit.
Oh
he's
damn!
He's the one that started.
He probably is.
Yeah,
He tries to get it going every
Got it,
time.
man.
We're the streetlight show to have to.
Oh yeah. You're pretty much you got to start one tonight now.
Now, what's the farthest show that you guys have done?
Oh, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I kind of took an approach that was a lot different. I didn't want to go and travel the U.S. all over because we live in the digital age.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want to do all the digital things all the time. So I said, why don't we make this special and let's concentrate on Florida. So we ventured out to Myrtle Beach thinking that would be a cool venture and everything early in our career. I think it was our first year. We made a killing up there. We had a lot of fun. We played on the boardwalk. I think we made like $3,000 cash, like just in one day, just in tips. And it was really cool. But I said, you know what? I don't want to travel that far unless we have a congregation of people always that are committed to the message. And I want them to hear the messages, not just see some, stoner guys up on stage scrap together some crappy garage band stuff that I've seen 90% of the shows. So
that was me.
We only ventured to Myrtle Beach. We only ventured to Myrtle Beach because I really wanted to bring Florida a high-grade product of reggae music that I feel like we didn't see. So that's my reasoning for only going to Myrtle Beach right now. But we will venture further. Myrtle Beach was a cool spot, but I'm thinking we'll get up to North Carolina or something like that.
So you mentioned something about messaging. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm a business owner, right? I can't sing. I've got that air guitar in the back if you need somebody to step in.
At least you are aware.
Yeah. That air guitar has 7 strings, just in case one breaks.
Yeah.
So
teach him that.
I do understand business, right? And I understand messaging with business. Right? Now, being a band, it's basically a small business, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the branding to marketing to messaging to, why don't you guys expand a little bit more on that? What's some of the things that you like about the business?
Playing the shows. And then, I don't know, people asking for songs gets annoying at times. There's nothing. I used to be that guy that would be like, play Freebird. And then seeing them, it's like, then in a reggae scene, you constantly hear like, oh, Bob Marley, just play all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
play some Bob Marley, play some Sublime, play some whatever their favorite thing is.
Special.
And how do you not know that? And so we kind of teeter a line of being we're an original band, and we're coming out with our next album, actually, hopefully by the end of the year or early next year. But we tend to do some covers here and there. So yes, I agree with him. The most annoying thing for us is to hear a guy come up here that we just crushed some reggae music for the night.
Play Simple Man.
Yeah, and play a Bob Seger song. And I'm like, man, first of all, aren't you tired of hearing that same damn song? Aren't you tired of hearing Turn the Page for the 5,000th time? And all it is emo music for country folk.
I was waiting for
it is. I'm being serious. Am I lying? Like pop country today. But anyways, let's get back to the question.
Get him going.
Don't get me started.
Get him going. He won't stop.
Oh, Lord. So what I love about doing this the most is getting the message across. That's literally my favorite thing, is getting people to understand lyricism, and things need to mean something, please, or at least try to listen to things that are going to uplift you. Not, yay, I smoke pot and this is it. I'm like, come on, you got something better. Move people with your words. So my favorite thing about this business is getting to move people with the words. So the people that actually listen to words and don't just look at image. And that's the biggest problem I have with the music industry, is we're purely image driven. I have to use image to prove that
we don't
want to use image. It's effed up.
It all comes on him. I don't care about the bass player.
Me off because
you want the lead singer.
The only thing that infuriates me about it all is I will just go and look back and I go, okay, well, let's see what everyone's listening to that's moving them. And then I hear the first 10 lyrics and I go, wow, we are getting dumber by the second. This is what people are buying.
Yeah.
But a message of hope and inspiration that sounds better, but doesn't have the image attached. People check out.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but she's hot and she's barely wearing clothes on stage. Oh, but this guy's doing flips and stuff. This guy does this. And I'm like, man, this is all like a gimmicky show now.
To be fair, if I could flip, I'd be flipping on stage.
So I went off onto that. I went off onto that tangent because getting the message across is my favorite thing. So that's why I'm so passionate about people not getting a message across.
Yeah.
Just crapping out crappy, what they call reggae. And I'm like,
sometimes this is what they call music.
Yeah, it's just terrible. It's just
we
cheesy,
can start sounding
bad.
like those old people, like back in my day.
But I see why they do it, though. I see that people do things for other reasons, ulterior motives. Some people just want to fulfill their lives and ride in a bus, then travel the country. And I've seen a big movement in that. We weren't that type. I was always the type that just wanted to get a message to the right people. So maybe some of the people aren't the right people. Maybe those aren't the souls that should hear our music. So let's let the souls that hear music. That's why we came down to Southwest Florida.
They like us.
Yeah, they love us. So we have a blast.
They don't do the requests that are like, oh, all that. And ask us for 38 specials in the middle of a reggae show. They actually hear it and they dance, they get up and love it.
I'm kind of new to Florida still.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've realized is Florida knows music.
Yeah.
You know,
Florida is a music spot.
I think they respect the music too, like you said. And I think there's different pockets.
Yeah.
Too, where, and I think, can you kind of touch on that a little bit more?
The Florida scene, I've always loved being able to be in Florida. First of all, I love Florida. I love everything about Florida. There's other states that kind of shit on our name that I won't mention.
Yeah, we don't.
Those they're a-holes.
Yeah,
and we probably won't play there.
I'm like a little newer to the scene than Rob, and I know he's been in a lot of places. But me personally, I mean, you see the respect and stuff. Yeah, you get those people that, like we were talking about earlier. Yeah. But for the most part, it's a great thing that just when they come up and they're like, "You guys are like the best band we've seen." I know he started out with little Ocala. I mean, Ocala maybe is a big town, but I mean, little tiny thing like that, and go over places over here, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're the best band I've seen." It's like,
that's
cool.
It's cool to get that reaction, and the thing I love about Florida is the diversity we have here, and the diversity that we have in Florida is untouched, and that's why we don't see a lot of the problems that they portray in the news and stuff. It's always just the metro areas that push it. And the negativity always infects the densely populated.
Absolutely.
And that's why I love to spread our message to all the cities outside of the big cities. Because those big, densely populated cities, everybody's offended by everything. Everybody hates each other. They all fake who they are to each other. And I'm not down with that. So what we do is we play for the people that aren't going to be fake. So we go to these outside cities, and I'm not saying everybody in those metro areas are, but you know who you are. You know who you are. You know the piece of shit know what they are.
Yeah, being on stage and we're playing, you just see a whole crowd of people.
Yeah, people looking at their phones.
Just going, and we finish the song, and they're just like,
yeah,
that's when it's like, okay,
well,
all right.
You don't have somebody scantily clad up there, so
yeah.
So
believe it or not, I'm not the hot one.
So what I can touch on with the music scene here in Florida is we notice that metro areas are probably the least fun to play. To be honest, metro areas, they're overhyped. And like I said, we like natural energy.
Yeah,
we want to feel the natural souls. We want good people, and we want to feel it, and we can feel energy, and we play to that energy. So we want to always play to a good, positive energy.
So you guys, reggae, right? Now, reggae can carry a certain stigma.
Yep.
What's your guys' opinion on that?
Tell them
Oh, yeah.
Tell them what you've been calling it. What have you been calling it, Rob?
Caribbean soul metal.
Yes.
So that's what we kind of, it's kind of a joke, but not a joke. We kind of give our little genre like Caribbean soul metal. My family's from St. Croix, the West Virgin Islands. So I grew up on soca music, Calypso and all that, and the cannabis culture. And with the cannabis culture, for instance, I was 9 years old when I smoked for the first time. I was 9 years old. Circumstances in life, we had interesting things happen in life. But I remember smoking it out of a bicycle pump, an air pump for a tire. Yeah, so at 9 years old. And I remember naturally being gravitated to marijuana. So it's just ironically funny. I ended up being a reggae musician. And my correlation with weed, I guess it was kind of meant to be. It was meant to be.
It's a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
so I'm 34 now. So I technically had a marriage with marijuana for 25 years. 25 years. I absolutely have only gotten positive benefits from marijuana. I've got extreme ADHD, as you could tell. This is me with a little bit of caffeine.
Oh yeah.
So this, I have natural ADHD, and I didn't mean to say natural ADHD. Holy
naturally.
shit. I think I'm feeling
Not
stoned
that
from one
fake
of these
ADHD
things,
stuff.
So I ended up just using it as something to harness my energy, essentially. So I started writing music at 16, 17 years old, and I wanted to infuse the music with cannabis. And Propaganjah was the catalyst to that. And I said, you know what? I don't want to record anything without it being infused with cannabis, meaning my mind has cannabis literally attached to it at the time. So I write it down and it makes more of a natural flow, especially for reggae music and Caribbean music. And it feels more natural, and you can feel that it's not a forced rhythm, and you just get the whole vibe, and that's for me, THC, my connection to THC. So the connection to reggae music and cannabis has always been natural, obviously, because of the Rastafari community and their connection in Jamaica, and that just became a part of the culture. So ganja became part of the culture. And I grew up in a Crucian family, so marijuana was always cool. It was always like, oh yeah, man, just don't sell it. That was it. And here we are. Who would have thought this would have been a possibility? Yeah, so that was really the thing. So the stigma it's rightfully attached, and I think that cannabis should be a part of. It doesn't absolutely have to be, so I'm not going to force anybody, but I personally get a huge benefit out of it. It makes things a lot more natural and cohesive.
Fits better.
Yeah,
Like, I came from like the metal scene, and singing and doing stuff about weed just would not fit. So like flowing to me and him and following this, be able to do music about it, and it's just a great energy that it gives off.
Yeah.
Still able to do all the things that we did, or like, because we both like heavy metal and stuff, and we still can like kind of throw it in there, even with the little bit of weed stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
it just works great.
Yeah, we like the organic life and Propaganjah. We, like I said, he and I, we don't even drink.
Nope.
It's been over 2.5 years. We stopped drinking. I was done with the man-made drugs and all that, and I feel like that's why that's a big push away from man-made stuff, is supporting the cannabis culture as much, embracing it, because a lot of people in the cannabis culture all went through that. We were all at some point alcoholics. Maybe we didn't even know that we were until we gave up some of those vices that were man-made. Because if something is man-made, it's made for you to be addicted to eventually. Eventually,
So
it wants to
coffee.
hook you on it so that you keep buying it. It's a return customer. It's a smart business strategy.
Good for business.
Yes, exactly. So beer,
Man.
alcohol and all that, it's all man-made.
Mhm.
People forget about that. just because a book tells you something doesn't mean that that's absolutely true. If your hands manipulated it, you know, and then it was man-made. So to me, I just knew that my body was not liking the man-made stuff. So last year I completely gave up anything that was man-made as far as mind-altering effects.
Drugs are bad, kids.
So organic things.
Yeah. So an organic lifestyle. A little background on me. You know, I grew up. Grew up in the '80s, so it was the war on drugs.
Oh yeah,
right. The whole egg in the frying pan.
Yeah.
This is your brain
on drugs.
I love those
as
commercials.
A child, I was scared to death of drugs.
Right.
Yeah. Then I joined the military, which was anti-pot, pro-alcohol.
Yep.
Man, I think I drank more before the age of 21 than I did after I turned 21.
Yep.
I always had this.
You know, it was, you know, I mean, you get beers when you're out to sea for so many days. You're rewarded.
Yeah.
Alcohol. I mean, it's a reward. So my stigma with entering the cannabis industry was a little bit different, and it was the same as yours. And I started seeing benefits, and so really started changing my mind on things.
Yeah.
Pretty nice remembering where you put your keys the next morning and remembering how you got home and all that.
I started hearing the birds chirp in the morning.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is nice. I don't have a headache.
Chirp when you're hungover.
Yeah.
No,
I grew up
throwing rocks at them.
Where I grew up, it's a little country town that nobody's ever heard of. And like, you know, everybody's drinking there. I mean, even as kids, we're throwing cow patties at each other, like drinking like it's nothing. So, I mean, it was just a natural thing that people were like, hey, you might have a problem. It's like, what? Nah. And then you find out, like, oh, shit. Yeah.
I did.
Ooh, sorry, Mom.
Yeah, that is too funny.
Okay, so sticking organic, right?
Yep.
Would you guys prefer a blunt, a bowl, a brownie, or a bong?
Oh, God, this is hard. That's the hardest question I've heard in 34 years.
That one to you guys to prepare for.
I have two. One
I guess
is
one. You can pick two. Two's allowed.
Can we put them in order?
The only reason. So my number one, obviously, is going to be because I'm a singer. Other singers are gonna get me here. I got pipes. It is going to be the bong, the biggest bong that you can get, because I can hold a bong like that and not cough.
And he's not.
I have not coughed
in
over 10 years.
I mean, every time he was saying like, "Oh, I don't cough," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure."
It's my real brag. That's my only like super brag in life. I bet you I can't cough.
That's your superpower.
Oh yeah, I could dab. I could do any of it. But my second one, just because of it's a ceremonial thing. I grew up in a hood called OPE in Ocala. And, well, when somebody passes away, we smoke a blunt for them. And so growing up smoking blunts makes me naturally prone to blunts. I love blunts, but they are terrible for you.
That's why
Don't
I like
smoke
joints.
Blunts too often, y'all. Just a couple times a year.
I pick a joint over a bong, or pretty much over all of it. Just feels like it's more natural. But I love pipes.
More of the process, the whole.
I don't roll it. I had someone else to roll it. Hey, I'll fill it if you could do it. You know, like I can still.
They got cones now, bro. You see me? I stuff the cones.
They got
now.
the easy stuff. Yeah, back in the day, it's like I got a soda can and I got weed. What's up? Let's go. So I'll make it work.
Soda can. Oh,
I
used
will
to do
make
that.
it work.
See, I'm easy. Like, I love the process, like you were saying, like just like rolling a joint. That's my go-to almost every time.
Part of.
I bet I'd love it.
The whole defragging, just sitting down. Yeah.
I will have to say though, eating it and then like forgetting, and then about like an hour and a half later, you're like, man, these balls look great now. Like that's fantastic, and just last. Whew.
I work at a hemp shop, right? And whenever we interview new candidates, I tell them that we do drug testing. Every Friday, we try something new.
Oh my God. That is awesome. That is like, the best.
But why?
That is because like by 2 p.m., I'm like, man.
We're working. I tattoo as well down in Denellen, and like we have safety meetings. It's like, hey, we gotta go talk safety, which is We gotta go get our minds right.
Oh yeah.
Get the artistic juices.
Oh yeah. Got to get them natural vibes going.
Yeah.
So we got indica, or do we have sativa?
Oh god. I know you
already know.
He's gonna.
You already know, man. I'm a psychopath. You know I'm going with sativa.
Oh, sativa.
Man. Come on.
I like it. I like being one with the couch, man. I'm gonna turn into a couch in 45 minutes. That's fantastic. Sativas, it's like, I don't know. I don't like thinking about my life. And then 20 minutes later, I'm high. Like, that's great, but
I'm just amplified thinking.
Sometimes, all the time, it's like, man, I'm just trying to make a sandwich, and I've rethought my life 20 times.
Yeah, you know why I'm always going. Yeah.
Interesting. So we're all talking the same product, but there's different variations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all built a little bit different. And what I really enjoy about this product is you can start finding how to apply and enhance the lifestyle, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we've done that. With the infusing of cannabis into our music, literally infused into every note on our albums. It's mandatory. I straight up told our keyboardist last week, I said, I know this is going to be your first album with us, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. You have to get as high as I say. And he's like, what? I said, no, I'm being serious. This is part of it. He's like, in the studio? So what about accuracy? I said, precision should be natural with this. Just let yourself be guided. And you already know what to do. All the cannabis is going to do is make you put it down in a way that is so smooth and silky that it's going to captivate people because it's going to feel more natural. It's not going to be disconnected.
And that's 100% the truth. Like, it happens. Like, it's the feeling. It just makes it like you're like, what? First, it's like, Rob, what the hell are you talking about? And then it happens, and it's like,
you feel
infused music.
Music just comes out.
Literally every note.
Naturally.
Every note.
You damn near feel it, and it's just like one wavelength, and it's great. So when you get like the whole band, oh man, when all 6 of us are on like the exact same, it's phenomenal. It's
cool. Would take off,
like the feeling and everything. Oh man.
So do we have a favorite strain?
I've always loved me Blue Dream.
Blue Dream, that's
a classic.
Love it. Can't say wrong, but everything they're coming out with now.
Oh my God, it's so hard to get. So hard to get my head around any of them.
The one that
anymore.
gave me antlers last week.
There was a place called One Plant in Ocala that had one called Caribbean Breeze. It was my favorite. It was a sativa, purple. It's gone now.
Can't find it.
And I've been chasing the dragon ever since. So we're chasing the metaphorical marijuana dragon, of course.
We're not the white rabbit.
I'm an indica guy, so I love indicas. And a few that I like down here, if you go to Move, Guru.
Oh, they're great. Move is awesome.
Phenomenal.
We got one in Ocala.
Yeah, look, if you get a chance,
Guru, okay.
And if you do True Leaf, you got to find Space Age Cake.
Oh, I've had that one.
Yes,
We've all had that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one's one we got to. Yep.
That's one. If it's in stock, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to buy it.
We just got a Jungle Boys in Ocala.
I still laugh at that name. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. They're great, but
they're awesome.
Funny.
Yeah,
when he tells me I got this from Jungle Boys, I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty fire. Yeah.
I like Maui Wally just because it's fun to say.
Maui Wally.
Trainwreck is just a phenomenal one.
But
Diesel,
overall, Sour Diesel. Sour Diesel's a go-to, and because the orange hairs and stuff. It's got that bright green with the orange hairs, and
you just like look
it makes
at
you feel good.
It looks back at you.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Like, okay.
I'm a purple strain guy though, all the way too. I tend to go purple. The runts, purple runts.
What is the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice?
I actually have purple runts right now, allegedly.
Allegedly. maybe we're only a reggae
I may have
band.
a few joints rolled at Purple Runs, allegedly.
Not like we're a reggae band or anything.
Yeah.
Profilers.
I'm looking for that bright green. It's just so pretty to me.
Yeah. Smells.
It's
I like the
almost
nice fruity raspberry.
Looks like a
smells.
Christmas tree with all the white on it.
See,
It's
these
like,
are the things that you can't admire about ego drugs. Ego drugs,
Yeah.
you can't admire anything. What are you fucking open a can of beer and go, oh, well, the
This
gold
one
amber
looks
looks
like that
cool.
one.
Bud Light's better than Coors Light.
That Busch
Yeah.
Busch Light tastes better this time than last time. I mean,
Yeah.
that happens. That does happen.
Yeah, the ego drugs
I
either
don't
come
miss
in
it.
pill form or powder form or alcohol.
What was it we were talking about? What cops like stoners better than like drugs, right? Because
Yeah.
those stoners were like, my bad. Alcoholics, they're like, oh, the rest of it, try it.
Yep.
Who are you?
I think that's the cool thing about growing it too. Is I've always had like gardens and grown my crops and stuff, and it's literally it's if you think about it, it's just produce really.
Tomatoes.
It's just right off the plant and cured.
Tomatoes, kids.
Let me now. We bring up tomatoes, and you hear giggling in the back. All right, because my analogy
You a
is I
beefsteak guy?
compare the hemp plant to a tomato all the time.
100%.
All right, and here's why. All right, because from tomato you get ketchup and pizza sauce, all from the same plant.
Same plant.
Mm-hmm.
You ever put ketchup on pizza?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Why would
even
you
know
do-
it's from the same plant?
Just like
What's
kind of
wrong,
broke my
guys?
heart.
What the hell, man?
It kind of hurt.
That tells you different variations,
Mhm.
different times, different places, right? Now
Yep.
we have all these different sauces. What the Farm Bill did for me is I juiced the shit out of this plant now. Right? I got all these different juices. The one
Yeah.
I can't sell is that spicy sauce they sell down at the dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Delta 9 THC, right? That's just one sauce. I got 140 other sauces, like the HHC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good product.
These taste great, man. They taste great, and I had a nice. I feel
Even cannabis enthusiasts
Mhm.
can appreciate and enjoy some of the other sauces.
Oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
Hemp Plant has to offer.
The gummies that we had, the HHC gummies,
We're fantastic.
they were off the chain. Like we were at band practice, and I always say, yeah, I hit the sativa a little hard, so I need something to equalize me. And the gummies actually did that perfectly. So that's it. I
Nice
definitely need to start
mellow.
doing that a lot more often.
He was calm. It was weird. It was really weird. It's like you need to smoke again.
Well, the HHC, what it does for me, right? So I love to talk too, right? I'm a talker, so
Oh, yeah.
if I'm at a party, the only time I feel like I'm having a good time is if everybody knows I'm having a good time.
Yes.
Okay, I know that's annoying because it's not my birthday party. I know that.
I know the
people
feeling.
upset.
I know the
One of
feeling.
those gummies, it lets me be quiet.
Yeah.
It lets me absorb
Yeah.
the environment.
Everyone else can have a good time too.
Yes, yeah, and that's the and again, finding these different sauces, finding how to what goes good on pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what professionals are.
It's funny because he like really introduced me like into it. Like I had I'm like a little pissed off ball of pissed off, and it just really calmed me down. Like all this stuff like this just really takes that off. So I'm not
this
like
makes things right.
yeah. So it's
Does.
like okay, I can actually what's up? Just chill
All
out.
about
It's
Zen,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
It's tapping into the Zen.
It's not so
obviously.
much like everything is happy. It's just like you can chill out a little bit.
I will say the CBD products, for me, make the Zen factor a lot more affiliated to the full cannabis spectrum.
Yeah.
And that's why I have always tried to talk myself into go and getting some CBD stuff, but obviously get sidetracked with the whole cannabis stuff.
Yeah, it's
And-
like,
but-
I could do that, or I could just smoke real quick.
Yeah, but it's a combination for me. So for me, I like using the combination of something like this and the THC, obviously, and it's an equalizer for me. It's an equalizer,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, for me, when I'm playing music, it's like you're not thinking about that mistake you made a couple minutes ago, or like hey, there's this weird part coming up. You're just like feeling
Just
the music
feeling
right
it.
then.
Infused.
And cannabis will make you disconnect from those thoughts in the moment, which is good because you can't be on stage worried about what you effed up 3 notes ago.
Yeah.
If you did that, you would dwell on it the whole show. Your whole demeanor is going to change, and then everything starts falling apart.
And stage fright happens.
Yeah.
It just out of the blue, you know. I mean, we've been playing a while.
Yeah. Panic can set in quickly.
You walk in one and it's like, oh wow! And I mean, it could be the smallest stage. We had a show recently in Ocala that was one of the biggest ones I've played with these guys. And like the next week we have a pretty small stage, and the small one was having me, and I was like, why? Like, what's going on?
Oh yeah,
like,
it depends on the atmosphere.
Yeah,
and that's why we get the gigs way early. We are infamous for getting to our gigs 3 hours ahead of time, because we want to ensure that the feng shui is perfect. By we, I'm talking about myself. Looking at it.
I mean, we helped, but he still tells us it's not good.
But it's like it'll be 3 hours before a show. And it's like a double-ended sword, though, because I show up 3 hours before the show. I'm like, oh, the venue's going to be stoked that we're here on time, because most reggae bands ragtag their way through everything. Yep. And they barely get their stuff together.
Show starts at 7. They're there at 7:15.
Yep.
So here's a question for you guys, right? We kind of talk about comfort, right, and having some stage fright. When I come to work, I sit at the same desk. My computer's set up the same. My pens are the same. I got a cup of coffee on this side. I'm ready to go to work, right? Same environment. Not the same for you guys. Every single night it's different. How do you cope with that?
You just go out there and kick their ass and make them love you. Like, no matter what they're thinking, like, well, we're going to give these people the best show of their life. And we've had stages where it's just like 3 people and we still give it to them. It's not like we just stop. And no matter what, you just go through that. Just like, we're going to give you the best show. You're going to love it. You're going to tell people, and you're going to come back. And it's crazy because we kind of have like the same stage setup. So that is kind of where normalcy and kind of comfort. Yeah. Because it's like, I know I'm going to look, and there he is. I'm going to look over here.
And the feng shui, I'm a big obsessor of feng shui and balance, and I work for an engineering firm in Ocala. I'm an AutoCAD draftsman doing like civil site plans and stuff like that, and plans for whatever infrastructure. So I have both sides of the brain. So I'm very methodical with when we go on stage, and I'm looking around, feeling the energy, and how's this person going to feel here? So I try to make sure that everyone feels comfortable in that sense. And because it is a different atmosphere. But when I go to my job Monday through Friday, same situation. But 8 to 5, I'm going there. My computer's there. I've got that. So I've kind of connected it with the creative aspect of
to be able to
adjusting to anything,
any
adversity.
Keyboard effect.
Yeah.
We'll go on whatever stage you're on. You have your coffee cup. And so
we'll have an idea.
Mobile laptop.
Yeah, because we'll have an idea of like what song we're gonna do and kind of what order, and then we'll get up there and feel a different vibe. Be like, let's give them this one and really amp it up.
Yep.
And then bring them back down.
It's that natural connection. You know? When I see somebody come in with a strict set list that they're just gonna provide to somebody, always, and I don't give a shit if you're whoever at Madison Square Garden. If you got a clear-cut, concise set list, which obviously Madison Square Garden, you could probably get away with that because now you're talking 20,000 people. You're talking a big crowd, so you can kind of blanket most of your shows. But I like to cater to the natural feeling of the audience.
Every crowd's different.
So we have a master list of, I don't even know how, we've got our 20-something originals, catalog. And then we've got like 40 other songs that we happen to know as well.
It's getting to the point where we might have to number.
Number
8.
Number 16.
And we did that, and we just think that it's the best way is to feel the natural vibes. I know I reiterate that a lot, but I lived my life too much trying to make people like me or this. I must fit in with these Instagram bands and stuff. Fuck that shit. I gave up on that. I said, I'm going to be the realest motherfucker in this industry, and I'm going to straight up just say exactly. Like, there's some venues that we're supposed to play, speaking about venues, that are trash venues, but because some of the reggae bands happen to pass through there, we're all supposed to play there.
Yeah.
No, I'm the guy that's like, nah, I don't feel like we have to play there. Oh, you're giving up a big opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I think their music sucks or that venue sucks. And so we like to create our own vibe so that we're not put in a situation to where it feels weird.
Constricted.
Because when you're feeling weird and the people around you are weird and they're all fake around you, you're gonna put out a different vibe.
Yeah, and it makes the stage vibe go awkward.
Yeah.
You'll start hearing different notes or not on time and stuff.
Yeah.
Just because we're not in it, and it's
Yeah.
not the same.
Yeah, but luckily we rehearse more than most bands. We rehearse 2-3 times a week sometimes, and we play 2-3 times a week sometimes. So we're very, very rehearsed, and we love to play, but we're also an improv band too, which is rare. That's definitely something that all of them have to have. Every time I played any variation of the band that I ever had in the past, they were able to improv because we're going off of people's feelings. And if we can improv and give them something that's going to hit them, that's going to be cool. So they weren't expecting it. So that you're never going to get the same guitar solo. You're never going to get the same this and that. And I know people like to stick to their little scripts, but we don't like to stick to too many scripts. We like to give people pure natural feelings right to their heads.
And improv music is just a whole different thing.
I'd rather be the Grateful Dead of reggae music than be the Chads of reggae music. I'm not about that life.
Featuring the Chads is our next project, though.
I know even from the crowd's perspective too, like Cannabis does something with like jam music to where you can like almost just follow it better, if that makes sense.
Well, it takes the edge off. It's just enough to get on a dance floor, but you're going to feel okay tomorrow too. That's the difference. Before, for me to, I guess, take that edge off, I need to be 8 beers into it before I start dancing. I just need 2 joints and a gummy.
We just talked about that. Yeah. We just talked about that. I said, and I just brought up an analogy, just like you just said. That's so wild. On the way here, I said, the thing is with ego drugs, and I'm going to give you a little story. I said, guy or gal, human, whatever, human was observing the dance floor. Human looks over and goes, oh, I can't do that right now. I got to get a drink in me. I said, does that translate to being egotistical? But it does. Because now you have to have alcohol to make you jump out on the dance floor. It gives you more confidence. Yeah. Which is an ego boost. Other side. So when you meet extreme alcoholics and people that love those ego drugs, they've convinced themselves that they are the shit and they are the best thing since sliced bread. And that's my problem with the world today and those things. And that's why I'm so starkly against that stuff now. It's because I just had to add that because we were just talking about that and you just said, so I can get out on the dance floor. And I went, the correlation between alcohol, your brain, ego boost, confidence to do something makes it an ego drug.
I think it's different too because, with the is what liquid courage.
Yep,
right?
liquid courage.
Liquid courage. Yep. So it's building the confidence.
Yep.
Right. Now, if I smoke a joint, I feel like I'm revealing myself more to the world.
Yeah,
it's more.
You are
throws your anxiety.
You've been more vulnerable to the world.
I'm opening myself more.
Take your shirt off and let
it fly. Alcohol, I put on another hoodie just to protect myself.
Yeah.
It's why most people that smoke marijuana are inherently open about everybody. Like they are open to sexuality. They're open to all races. They're open to all that. They don't have much hate usually. In my experience in life, I've never come across too many potheads that were like, oh, fuck these people. I hate them all. No. I think most people are like,
most of us
just be a good person. Just be a good person.
Don't take my lighter.
That's actually one of my favorite. Yes.
We do hate them.
We either have them or we have yours. Or we don't.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
That's about it.
So where are you guys going to be playing out here in the upcoming future?
I'm sure more through Inglewood.
We
need to find
like my
some
biggest
ways.
plan, honestly, is we have a lot of shows set up all over Florida. We got some festivals we're playing.
You guys got a website, right?
Yep, we got
pretty kick-ass website.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yes,
Propaganjah.com. See my
Propaganjah.com.
fat face.
Yeah, Propaganjah.com. I revamped it and everything. Got some dead weights out that needed to go a long time ago. So we made sure to revamp everything appropriately. And now you're getting a stark look at my world of Propaganjah and my heritage and everything.
It's like what
so
we're trying to build.
Yeah, it's been for a long time. And now that it's all in my hands and everything, I can show people my heritage and true meaning of what I've been trying to build. So that's what we're doing. We're just trying to make sure Florida knows how much we love them, because as far as traveling outside of the state and seeing how people are in other states, I'm not a big fan of too many other states right now. No. I've become Florida man to the max. Yeah, I'm like Florida man through and through, man. So yeah, we're Florida man to the max with that. We just are common sense, practical people that accept everybody but shitty people. So people with negative energy, we don't even acknowledge. Nah. And with people with negative energy, I don't even look at them like they are trash to me. People with bad energy, and if anybody's offended by that, they have bad energy. So fuck off. That's always been my thing. So anybody in the past that had a negative energy, I just completely eradicated from my life, because they will make their poor choices and they will always be that negative person. I'm never going to change that. But why don't we punish them by never acknowledging them anymore? Yeah. That's my outlook.
They can see how happy we are, and
just you move on and you move forward and you don't think about.
Could have been part of it, but it chose not to be.
So that's
doors unlocked.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
we keep a very unlocked door.
So we like to spread the vibes all around Florida right now. If it becomes a necessity and a growing demand, we are always down to play in other states. I'm always down for it, but like I said, it just has to make sense.
Has to feel right.
Yeah, it has to feel right.
We can't do it for $50 a day.
Yeah. Because most of these bands that are touring, in the scene, they're making like $50 a day. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, no,
unless you're doing like the arenas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We would love to do the arenas. I'd love to go on an arena tour, but we don't got it yet. It's not a feasible thing. Hell yeah.
I always say, just don't waste your money on driving around until the people really get the scope of the message. Yeah. And that's really what we want to do, is just make sure.
Keep coming through here.
Yep.
Well, guys, we're going to be going down to Inglewood tonight to check you guys out.
Oh, yeah, man.
So super excited to check out the show. Thank you guys for stopping in the Osprey.
Absolutely.
Every time you guys swing in, let me know. We'll sit you guys down on the couch and catch up.
Oh, yeah, we definitely will. It'll be awesome.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, we'll see you tonight. And thanks again for stopping in.
Yes, absolutely.
Appreciate it.